if you want to apply with us, here's how you do it. You go to our website, fill out our application form, which is simple questions like your name, your email address, your age, your nationality. Do you currently live in Japan? What's your Japanese level? Select from the drop-down menu and you're good to go. What are your goals and so on. So once you have filled out your application form, press submit, and that's how we hear from you. Once we hear from you, we will invite you to an online consultation with us, which will involve a guidance about studying abroad from us and also an online interview. The next step after that is if you clear that interview, we will start with your documentation process. Now let's see which documents you need to share with us. Number 1 is a school application form, which you will fill out with all your details like your name, your passport number, your education history, and so on. We want to know everything in detail about you because we are required to share all of this information with the Japanese immigration. Number 2 is the reason for study. This will detail why you want to study Japanese and specifically why you want to study Japanese at Coto Japanese Institute. Think of it as your statement of purpose for studying at our school. Number 3, a diploma from your last school. What is your most recently completed and highest level of education? For example, if you have a university degree, this will involve sending a copy of your bachelor's degree to us. Number 4, transcript of academic record. This will basically enlist what you studied in school, basically detailing and outlining everything you did while you were in university. Number 5, a copy of your passport. This involves sending the name page of your passport. Make sure to open up your passport and share a picture of both the pages with us. The Japanese study certificate. So before you arrive in Japan, you need to have a prior knowledge of the Japanese language, at least at the JLPT N5 level. Reason being, when you arrive in school, everything is going to be in Japanese. So the Japanese immigration requires every applicant to have a minimum base in the Japanese language before they arrive in Japan. So please make sure that you have the JLPT N5 past certificate or 150 hours of prior Japanese study, and we can also conduct a level check for you. But please make sure to know that you will need to have studied Japanese a little bit beforehand. You need to provide us a detailed account and proof of every single visit you've made to Japan in the past. This would involve sharing the travel stamps that you get on your passport, something called a landing permission, which you can find on your passport and you would have received when you first landed in Japan. And the second thing is to prove the date of your departure, you need to provide a proof of the departure stamp. Quick note, sometimes the Japanese airports don't give you a departure stamp, so in that case, you need to dig up your flight information for those visits. You are required to have financial sponsorship in order to be able to apply for a student visa to study Japanese. At Koto Japanese Institute, you need at least 3 million Japanese yen in readily available funds, either through self-sponsorship or through a family member supporting you. Quick note, you need to provide a proof of sponsorship because the Japanese government needs to confirm that you have enough funds to sustain yourself without working full-time in Japan while on a student visa. These 3 million Japanese yen, you're not required to share it with anyone, but rather have as proof in your bank account. The Japanese immigration will also be looking at your bank transaction history for the past 1 year or more, depending on your particular case, just to see the stability of your sponsor's funds as well. What this means is that it's not going to be possible for you to have a large amount of money transferred in just to meet the financial requirement. Your sponsor will be required to prove their annual income through tax returns or pay slips for a 1-year period. This again would show the immigration that your sponsor is financially able to support your studies while you are living in Japan. In the event that you are your own sponsor, you will be required to prove your own annual income at the time of application, which is about 6 months before the time that you start studying in Japan, actually. An employment certificate. If you or your sponsor are employed at the time that you are starting to apply for a Japanese student visa, your sponsor will be required to request an employment certificate from their employer, aka just a document stating that your sponsor works at a particular company on an official company letterhead. In the event that you have a family member sponsoring you, you would also need to prove your relationship with them. In order to do that, the easiest and most straightforward way to do that is your birth certificate. Like, for example, if your father is sponsoring you, you can very easily prove your relationship with him via your birth certificate. However, if you have, let's say, a sibling sponsor you, you would need to have your own birth certificate proving your relationship with your parent, and then their birth certificate proving your relationship ultimately with your sibling. So please be very sure of that as well. Other documents that you might need to prepare depending on your individual case. Once you reach out to us, we will let you know what else you need to prepare. in order to fully apply for a student visa in Japan. Once you have submitted all your documents to us, our team will be checking your documents very thoroughly and also translating them into Japanese. So please make sure to abide by all the deadlines that we set for you because we do need some time to translate your documents. So once you have completed all your documents, we will provide the documents to the Japanese immigration here in Japan, who will then release the results for your Certificate of Eligibility, or COE for short. This document, as the name suggests, verifies that you are now eligible to get a student visa in Japan. Once this process is complete and you have received your COE through us, you will now be eligible to apply for a Japanese student visa at your local Japanese embassy or Consulate General of Japan. When you arrive in Japan, our team will also be offering you some support with lifestyle and setting up here. For example, for finding a house to live in Japan, we will be introducing you to some of our partner housing agencies that can help you find a foreigner-friendly apartment very close to where you go to school. You can choose from a number of options like homestays, share houses, getting your own private apartment, and so on. After you arrive in Japan, we will also be doing an orientation for you where we will give you a lot of introduction about how life can be as a student in Japan, in addition to also helping you out with administrative procedures like helping you set up a bank account in Japan. So after that, you can start studying and building your own life in Japan. So what are you waiting for? Apply now.